Help support the Twitchiest community by downloading Vikings War of Clans in the description down below and beating that tutorial. Hello everybody, Incon here with your Izanami middle guide. Izanami is a very unique hunter with personally my favorite auto attacks in the game. We're going to be starting her off in the mid lane here with Hunter's Blessing, Tier 1 Transcendence, 2 health pots, 2 multi-potions, and a beads. The reason why we go Hunter's Blessing on Izanami when normally we start Tier 2 Transcendence in the mid lane is because of how her auto attacks work. Izanami has piercing auto attacks on the regular, so they pierce through and back on the target like a boomerang. This means that Hunter's Blessing is extremely efficient on her for the clear. Starting off in Izanami, we're going to get her 2 as her first ability, and this is also going to be the ability that we max out. This is going to do damage in a line and also slow the target's hit, right? So you do damage, it slows, it's got a decently slow travel time, so be aware when you're using this ability, you've got to lead it quite a bit if you're using it from like the max distance. This ability also has a secondary part to it, which I feel like a lot of people don't super realize, but that secondary part is if the enemy god is killed while slowed by this ability, future uses of the slow can get increased by 6%. This can happen twice, so the slow can go up from 18% to 30% on this slow. So I'm gonna save my ability here on the wave. Thought that's gonna back her out enough, don't have to worry about him. Izanami is one of the few mid laners that can genuinely just come over and do the red buff. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna hit it a couple of times. I'm gonna switch over to my 1. Once we get it down to about half HP, that's when I'm gonna use my ability, try to minimize the amount of time that it is in that enraged for. Second ability that we got here in Izanami is our 1. This is going to change our auto attacks on Izzy. It's going to significantly change our auto attacks. So while regularly our auto attacks go through targets and back to us, when we use our 1, it's going to turn our autos into a more regular standard auto attack, and it's gonna beef them up. And when I mean beef them up, I mean beef them up. It is going to give us increased attack speed. That is 55 to 75% attack speed. And it's also going to give us bonus damage on our autos. This ability is extremely good at fighting gods 1v1, but also at taking objectives, particularly things like towers. Is going to help you a lot. Going to back it up right here. Get our boots going first. And then we'll wrap it back around into the Transcendence. Our ability that we got at level 3 is our dash, fade away. This is a pretty standard dash. It is a leap. Because it is a leap, that means you can be pulled by people like a Wheelix. So be careful. Be careful when you're playing against a Wheelix. I know you go onto the floor. It doesn't matter that you go onto the floor. You can still get pulled by a Wheelix. Any leap mechanics apply. After you finish your leap, it's got a very small channel time. After you finish, you'll be put into stealth for 3 seconds. So you have a small stealth after all is said and done to try and help you get away. The stealth does make this a better offensive ability than defensive ability. So while you're using it to get away, keep it in mind for offense, because if you use it to stealth and then get close to a target, you'll easily be able to follow up with your other abilities. Very, very good offensive dash. Our ultimate on Izanami, which you just got to see us use, is a big circle. That circle is going to have a small delay on it. And then after that small delay, if you're standing inside the circle, you will take a bunch of damage and you will be silenced. That silence goes up to 2.1 seconds. Finally, Izanami's passive. We saved this for last because it can actually be kind of complicated. Izanami's passive is a bit wordy. So over here, the closer you get to death, on Izanami, the closer you are to dying, the less HP that you have, you will gain physical penetration. This is percent physical penetration, okay? You gain 4% physical pen per 10% of your missing health, okay? For each 10% of your missing health, up to 20% maximum pen. So you can have this procced 5 times. So if you're down to 50% health, you're getting that maximum percent pen bonus. This effect, though, only triggers on the first target hit per attack. We're going to grab ourselves our attack speed boots and our charged Morningstar. Finally, in regards to Izanami's auto attacks, like we mentioned before, another thing unique about Izanami is that her auto attacks actually do more than 100% damage. Now, this seems kind of weird, but it's just by the way of balancing for Izanami. So on her first attack out, it does 75% plus of your physical power. But on the way back, it does 35%. So you actually get 110% physical power scaling on your regular auto attacks. This does not apply when you proc your 1. When you use your 1, that's going to take your scaling down to the regular 100%. But it is going to guarantee, you know, give it on every single one of your autos. So she has a very, very unique Hunter auto, very, very unique Hunter kit. Because her autos scale so well with power, you guessed it, we're looking for big, fat power builds with some standards thrown in. Things like Atalanta's Bow, which you're buying on every single hunter, because why wouldn't you buy Atalanta's Bow right now? Gonna save my point here at level 8 so we can put a point at level 9 into our 2 and our ultimate. Get those ranked up first. So our level order officially at Izanami is 4, 2, 1, 3. Gonna rank up those burst abilities first. Then we're gonna get our 1 point in our 1 is gonna give us 55% attack speed already. And then eventually we'll rank up our 3 last. It's going to increase the stealth duration and lower the cooldown. For the most part, though, you should be trying to position yourself that you don't need to be using this on a lower cooldown. So it is the last ability that we rank up. Gonna use my dash aggressively right now. I'm gonna dash this way, put myself in stealth towards the Oleron. That way the Huyi, even if he has that warded, has no idea that I am there. So that's the type of idea that you're looking to do in Izanami. You think to yourself, okay, is that a common ward location? That top right point right there by the purple buff, very common ward location. Okay, I don't want to show that I'm here. I'm gonna dash to that location. Plus, so now I'm going to be in stealth for 3 seconds. Now I can walk into lane. He doesn't know that I'm there. Easy peasy kill. That's the way that you want to use it offensively. When you're using it defensively, just like you would in any other god, try to put yourself over a wall, something along that sort. When you're playing Izanami, I like her in the mid lane a lot because she doesn't actually scale that well with Devo Gloves, and Devo Gloves is pretty much mandatory over in the duo lane. For the sustain in the mid lane, it's way less important. The reason why Izanami has weird scaling with lifesteal is because of her autos. Because they're AoE autos, it means that you get that minus 66% effectiveness on lifesteal unless your 1 is popped. So unless your 1 is popped, you're going to have horrible efficacy on your lifesteal. But what I do like on Izanami a lot is Aussie. Because how Aussie is going to work is it's going to give you that bonus lifesteal when you get low in HP. Plus, when you're low in HP, you're getting all that bonus percent pen. So you're gonna have the bonus percent pen, and then you proc your 1. And you're gonna get so much lifesteal off from the Aussie. So 2 things of note right there that we just saw. 1, you saw me once again use Izanami dash offensively to put myself near the Thoth so I could easily land my ultimate combo onto him, burn his beats, and force him to back up. Secondly, right there, the Ares ulted me, but I did not beat the ulti until actually after I got pulled. This is because I wanted to continue that fight. I didn't think I was in any risk of dying there. So I waited for him to pull me, then I beads to make sure if the Thoth was going to channel his ulti that I wouldn't be standing still after the ultimate was cast. But I didn't. If I would have preemptively beads, I would have been out of position, wouldn't have been able to continue to chase on that kill. And either way, he was going to end up using my beads, so might as well play that particular fight more aggressive. Speaking of aggressive, if you're playing Izanami, you best be playing aggressive. She is very snowball reliant, which doesn't mean that she's bad. It doesn't mean you have to play against bad players. It just means you have to change your play style. She's viable all the way up through Grandmasters ranked in the mid lane. I would know. I've often used her to get there. So when you're playing her, you have to play confidently. If you start playing her passively, you're gonna miss out on some of the best parts of Izzy. Particularly for the first couple of levels, nobody in the game contests your clear. You have the best clear in the game in the mid lane. The only person that can really even come close is like a Merlin using his full kit, but then he's used all of his abilities and your auto attacks are 10 billion times better than his are. So make sure you're playing aggressive. Along with that aggressiveness, that means you're going to be wanting to place out pretty deep wards. And you're going to want to be keeping an eye on the enemy buffs. You're very good at quickly invading enemy buffs. With our Izanami dash, you can see right there I was getting aggressed on by the Nemesis, but I didn't want to use my dash too early because Nemesis can chase down super, super easy. So instead of panicking and using my leap, just to like go side to side, I waited until I could get over a wall. The one way that you can actually get away from Nemesis in Smite right now is by getting yourself over a wall. Unless she has blink, she's not going to be able to chase you down. Even if she's crazy and has her ultimate on you and that bonus movement speed, doesn't matter. If you can get over a wall, you're going to be okay. So sometimes you got to be a little bit patient against Nemesis, even if it's scary. So for our standard little combo on Izanami, you got to see it right there. Step one, throw out your ultimate. Your ultimate is your initiation ability on Izzy because it silences. That means that they won't be able to use a getaway skill or you force their beads like we just did on Thoth. And now my ulti's back up in just 50 seconds. Thoth bead's still gonna be down for another 2+ minutes. So you throw down your ulti. If they beads, congrats, that's already a win. If they don't bead, then you immediately follow up with a 2. So they've gone from being silenced to being slowed. Then you pop your 1, you get that bonus attack speed, and now you rail on them while they've got that slow. So down for Izanami's passive, you can see this is a 2-pronged passive. This little fan blade is indicating bonus protection. So when my HP gets higher, you'll see that that goes down. That's because I'm healing up and I'm losing those percent protections. The secondary part of this little indicator is the swirly twirlies. Those swirly twirlies indicate to you your bonus slow on your 2. So I've got 1 stack right now, so I've got a 24% slow on my 2. If I get 1 more kill while they are slowed, it'll fill all the way up, and then that's the full 30% slow that you can potentially get from that ability. Gonna back it up and get my Aussie. And now we're gonna head back down the lane. Izanami is one of the best hunters in the game for soloing objectives as well as split pushing. That's because of her 1 giving her so much attack speed that you can get big fat power builds going. Right now we've basically got all the attack speed that we're gonna have. We go a little bit more to the attack speed early to abuse our lane clear, and then we're gonna transition pretty heavily into that physical damage. So when I go to do a tower, all I do is I pop my 1, and now I've got capped attack speed, hitting that tower real quick. They're probably gonna do that. Their little gold, that's fine. And I'm gonna keep pushing onto this T2. T2 tower already a half health. Switch over my 1 again. And look at that at the 13-minute marker. Tier 1 tower, tier 2 tower immediately go down. This is the type of pressure that you can apply to the map with Izanami. This is not uncommon whatsoever. Now, when you're doing things like Pyromancer is not that crazy, so I don't have to worry about it. But one thing I want you to keep in mind, which is an extremely advanced tactic. Oh my goodness, Dell, it did happen earlier. You are a man of your word, my friend. A man of your word from that Susano game, baby. Let's freaking go. I'm sorry that you told me it would be a big dollar Susano game if we got kills and then we got like 18 kills or something. I do apologize to your wallet. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I went so ham. I told you I'd go full try hard. When you're playing on Izanami, your one and your Aussie are crucial to try and use together. Okay? You are going to be able to full heal easy peasy. I'm gonna use my dash aggressively on this fight to try to get in sneaky on this nemesis. He doesn't know that I'm here. I should be able to throw down my 2, hopefully to get the kill. Unfortunately, wasn't quite enough to get a kill by myself, but our Quang is gonna be able to pick that up. I'm actually gonna sit behind this tier 2 tower right now. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run. I'm just gonna take 1 tower shot and then I'm gonna dash through. It's gonna put me in stealth because I actually took that damage before I went into the stealth, and I'm going to keep heading over towards the Thoth, making sure I'm getting farm on the way. They're diving way too deep. I'm going to stop chasing, and I'm going to immediately start turning around on these towers. This is all the creeps that I need to get me a tier 1 and a tier 2 tower. So I'm going to sit over and push down the lane once again. Always look for opportunities to give your team map pressure on Izanami. I'm gonna be careful that I'm not hitting this tower too many times. Got the tier 1 tower, and we're gonna be able to get the tier 2 down to about half HP. Now on Izzy, you get to do a lot of tricksy little things. So I'm gonna dash over this wall, and I'm actually gonna go back aggressive around on these guys. They have no idea that I'm here. I'm looking for the Nem. I'm gonna be able to hit him with my ultimate. Gotta be careful on my beads here. I'm gonna dash back over the wall through the blue. I'm gonna keep utilizing my stealth in these walls to get me into safer and safer spots, okay? Wait for my cooldown on my dash to come back up a little bit. He is definitely looking for a pull. He's not gonna land it. I'm gonna push up these creeps and we should be able to grab this tier 2 tower. If you're afraid that a target is gonna start body blocking your autos in front of the tower, remember, you can just not click your 1 and your auto attacks will go through the enemy god and then hit the tower anyway. Or if there's minions like this in the way, don't use your 1, just use your regular autos, so that way you can clear the entire wave and then pop your 1 after the wave is cleared. I should mention you can also cancel your 1 early. So if you press your 1, it's gonna last there for about 5 seconds. You can just right click, take it right on off of you. So that way you can use whatever form of auto attack that you would like. Gonna head over to this red buff, try to pick it up before I back. Do 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 do. I'm coming over to the red buff. I really need to back, and Oleron is dead, so I'm just gonna back. All right, now I'm gonna get that Atalanta, and I'm gonna go back into power. I'm not gonna go any crit this game. Crit is a viable build on Izanami. If you so desire, a standard, something like Rage, Wind Demon, Deathbringer, something right around that would be just fine. This game, I'm feeling like they're going to be a bit tankier. Puyi's got anti-crit on his passive. Hercules is going to be tanky. Ares is tanky. Nem has the shield, which I'm worried about one-shotting myself on with the reflect damage. So I don't really want to go crit this game. So I'm just going to embrace power and pen. So I'm going to get the Atalanta's bow for that 20% pen.
I'm watching.
And then I'm going to get me a Heart Seeker for more power and more percent pen. Plus our abilities are 2 on a 4 hit very, very hard on Izzy. So we want to make sure we get that bonus Heart Seeker damage. At some point in this game, I want to try to get low HP so I can show you what I'm talking about on the Izanami healing. But your Aussie will let you full heal easy peasy with your 1 proc. So if you get low HP and you get that Aussie proc, that's really when you want to press your 1. because you're gonna be able to full heal with probably 3-4 auto attacks with the combination of the additional power. This is actually risky of me to be here. Not anymore, because I know where the Nem is. So I'm gonna keep this Huyi underneath his tower. I'm gonna wait for my team to get a little bit closer. That's okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and beat this guy, force him to use his stuff. I'm gonna switch off my auto attacks. So I switched off my auto attacks right there because the Hercules was standing in my way. And I needed to be able to have my auto attacks go through him in order to kill the Huyi. So right now our red buff has respawned. I'm gonna walk over to this red buff and I'm gonna show you this healing. My Aussie in the bottom left-hand corner is ready to proc. So I'm popping my 1 and I'm auto attacking on the creeps. Unfortunately, Quang killed all the creeps before I really got to even auto attack. So only one of my autos actually got the heal, but that's fine. It was almost example time, but not quite yet because Quang one-shot the entire buff camp. Darn you, Quang, and being one of the best junglers in the game. It was almost time. Next time. You know what? Here's another way. Just kidding, because Hercules is ruining my day. I'm gonna go over. I'm at half HP on this Gold Fury. I'm gonna wait for the Gold Fury to proc my Aussie. There it is. And now I'm gonna pop my 1. And even with all the damage, that a Gold Fury does to you in that channel form, I still stayed even during it, unfortunately. They're all gonna rotate over this gold, so we're gonna back it up, grab our Heartseeker, and another Sentry Ward. Beautiful. And we're gonna head right on back down. For Izanami's matchups, Izanami loves pretty much anybody in the mid lane. It's one of the reasons why I like her so much. She does not lose to anybody in the early game with her clear. Sometimes an extremely tanky target, non-meta character can throw you for a loop in the mid lane. You're kind of already a little off meta. You're playing a little sneaky. So if they start to rock something like a set middle can really throw you for a loop. If they run like a Zong Kui out of nowhere that you weren't really expecting, stuff like that, that's what can really trip you up on Izzy. A standard hunter, a standard mage, all of these things are really easy for you to fight in the mid lane. So you're worried about the non-standard mids when they rock like a random warrior or a really, really tanky mage that you won't be able to necessarily bully in the early game. Another thing I want you to watch out for is, of course, anybody that can see you in stealth, take you out of stealth very easily. Somebody like a Heim, who just uses his 1 that can see you in stealth, or he just blows his horn and it just has this giant AoE that takes you right out of stealth and slows you. Be careful with those. And of course, you gotta be careful with the Awilix, because while it doesn't look like her 3 is a leap, you have to actually look at the ability, and it is in fact a leap, which means you can be pulled during that little underground animation, just like Hades, just like Scylla, just like everybody that has that particular form of animation. Awilix don't care about your animation, she cares about the text on your ability. Gonna back it up. Sell our Hunter's Blessing here. Once again, gonna be going into some more power. My power item of choice right now is going to be a Blood Forge. We don't care for the actual life steal itself on Blood Forge. That 15% life steal we're not super concerned about. What we want is that 75 physical power for shoving towers and phoenixes. What we care about is that shield effect after we get a kill to allow us to keep fighting. We like fighting when we're low HP on Izanami because we get that bonus percent pen. So we want to make sure that we're ready to go. Throwing down my ulti on the Huyi, hit him with the slow. I'm gonna dash into chase, try to land a couple of auto attacks on the boy. I'm gonna keep chasing him. I got my beads, I got my Aegis up. He is actually very fast. I don't think I'm gonna be able to reach him. He is just outie, so I'm gonna head back over to my team, but we did force an active right there. Hopefully the team can win their little 4v4 fight. Gonna keep heading on over. Thought started to dash away, so I'm gonna keep an eye out towards him in the back line. but I imagine he is probably completely gone as well. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to dash to get in my stealth so I can come around the corner all sneaky like and just go for this Ares. I'm going to slow him, and we should be able to just put him right on down. And now we can head over to the fire giant. Izanami loves slaying the objectives. Is he gonna take left Phoenix? Somebody's gotta defend left Phoenix. It can't be me, it can't be me. It's gotta be somebody like the solo. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna get this fire giant started up. 250 damage autos with 2.5 autos per second. Fire giant already down to half, already down to a quarter. When we go to secure, we're going to use our ultimate as our secure and Izanami. She does have one of the better hunter secures in the entire game, actually. It's a fairly easy to time ability, scales pretty well with power. So our ultimate right there, give or take 900-ish burst damage. Not many hunters have that objective security capabilities. Back it up, grabbing a sentry ward, rank up our beads, then we will rank up our Aegis next. Gonna go pick up that red buff, and we should shove over in the left lane. There's a tier 2 over in the left lane that we need to take. Plus, of course, it is the farthest Phoenix away from the fire giant, which is the one that you always want to be trying to take first. Now that we're moving into the very late stages of the game, we should talk about the fact that Izanami's 2 does go through walls. A lot of people don't realize this, but you can yeet this right through a wall and hit somebody on the other side. Your auto attacks do not go through walls. Regardless of your oneness proc, you can, of course, leap over walls, and your ultimate can be thrown over a wall as well.
I'm watching.
In the very late stages of the game on Izzy, much like any other hunter, you've got 2 real jobs. 1, burn whatever is in front of you. Doesn't matter who it is. Is it a tanky god? Who cares? Is it a squishy god? Who cares? Burn whatever is in front of you. And step 2, kill the objectives. If you're doing a Phoenix push, your real job is to be killing that Phoenix. Okay, Hercules blink driving strike down. I kind of saw him going to do that, but wasn't really worried about taking that much damage there because he was too far away from his team. So now we've got the Hercules blink down. Head back over to the left-hand side. And on Izanami, you're going to be able to burn Phoenixes. Probably the second best Phoenix burn in the game behind Kronos, when Kronos has his full build going. It sounds crazy, but I promise Izanami absolutely shreds the Phoenixes once you get to full build, just like a Kronos or a Soul even. Those magical ADCs that just burn them down. At this point in the game, I just got to wait for somebody on my team to kind of frontline it up. We are against a Thoth and a Huyi. Both are pretty hard to go against in that regard. I'm just going to try to get some quick poke on the Phoenix. I got to pop my beads. Luckily, the Ares did not get me after that pull. Now we got to chillax. I'm going to see if I can't run back up to the Phoenix. I'm not going to be able to. Maybe head over towards right. I'm just going to heal up off a speed buff. Pop my 1 to heal up. Cancel my 1 to get the cooldown going again. Head over toward the right side, looking for anybody right now. Oh, no, I got to pop my Aegis. That's unfortunate. I am going down. I got body blocked by my own teammate. I got to run away. We're going to run. We're going to run. We're going to run, run, run. We're going to run. We're going to run. We're going to run, run, run. But we're not going to leave the fight just yet. Oh, no, we are not. We're waiting for our Aussie. 3, 2, 1, starting our blue buff. We're going to full heal off of this blue buff, and now we're right back in the fight to help our team, and we're going for the Nem. Got the Nem, and we're going to head right around the back. I'm going to head right through mid, and I'm going to go try to grab me this mid Phoenix. Use your 1 with the Aussie proc in order to full heal. Ready, Phoenix? Goodbye! Phoenix, pop, 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 pop. Phoenix is dead. I'm heading back over to right lane, looking for the Hercules. Gonna slow down that Herc. And this is the type of play style that you're looking to accomplish with the Izanami. It's a little bit different, but boy, golly, is it good. I gotta get out once again. Aussie has unfortunately already procced, so I'm not gonna be able to really get a nice Aussie proc up here. I want to steal the red buff and then head over to purple, and I should be able to heal off of the purple buff.
Be careful.
Even without the Aussie proc at this point. There it is. I'm gonna start shoving up the left lane as well. Now I need to make sure that I don't get full rotated on. So I'm gonna back it on up, get ready for the next fire giant. Sell our boots here at the end of the game. Grab an elixir of speed. Now you can really get whatever you want. At this point, I'm a little bit concerned about some of their healing capabilities. I don't have any anti-heal. I don't really want a toxic blade. So I'm actually just gonna get a brawlers. So that way if I use my 2 on the Hercules, he's gonna have that anti-heal on him. Start off the fight with that. Plus it's gonna give me some additional flat pen for, again, some of these squishier characters like Thoth. At the end of the game, it's always super situational. I don't mind an oboe. I don't mind a Kins. If you win a crit build, I don't mind another crit item. There's so many options for that 6 item. A toxic blade here would have been fine. I just personally prefer the brawlers in order to get the anti-heal on with the abilities at the start of the fight. If you feel like maybe you're not hitting your abilities at the start of the fight, maybe you just grab the toxic blade. You don't want to have to worry about hitting your 2 or your ultimate or something and still get the anti-heal on with just your auto attacks. Your auto attacks will go ahead and proc on the auto attack out and the auto attack in, so you can get the 2 stacks of toxic super easy.
I can see the smiles already.
I'm gonna get a little greedy here. I'm gonna dash back this way. I'm looking for the Hui around the mountain. I'll be coming around the mountain when I come. I unfortunately did not hit my ultimate. I'm gonna get my... Oh my goodness. I am gonna be able to get him, barely. If I would have started that fight off with the ulti, it would have been really easy. The hurt got the blink driving strike on me. Still a 1-for-1 trade, and my team looks like they're gonna have a really nice fight over here, hopefully. That's a double of Ares ult action. Hurt gold down, Ares ult down. That's a 1 HP Nem. Quang is going in throughout the back. I'm gonna rank up the Aegis, grab a Sentry Ward and a Potion of Power. They gotta start going for a little bit of these squishier targets. They gotta be looking for the Nem and the Thoth. Good try on Oleron in the back. That's a 1 HP Nem. He is a great target to be going for. There we go. Quang got the ulti off. He should be able to chase down and find some more targets as well. Wow, that is a fast Hercules. He's using our build that we ran in the Hercules guide as well. Very scary. Very scary. Okay. Oh, we're gonna respawn. I'm gonna go ahead towards that left-hand side jungle. I'm gonna grab me a red buff and then shove up that left-hand side. I'm gonna wait to pop my red pot until I'm a little bit closer to the fight. Try to maximize that time. Ooh, there goes an Oleron.
Your right tower is under
It's kind of a bummer time to die during the shove phase. Head on over back through left. And start to get this pushed up, although now we do need to be a little careful because they will have a man advantage on us with our Oleron being dead, and I don't actually have the fire anyway.
Sorry.
Gotta wait 30 seconds on my beads. This is gonna be the last wave that I push up over here, and then I'm just gonna chill, wait for the team to get grouped up so we can shove up left and mid. Playing it back, oh, playing it back so I don't get ganked. Area should be fine there. Let's get a little vision. I know where they are, so I can move up to that halfway marker again. Beads are officially back up. Hui might get greedy to go for his purple. He did. That is his beads down and his ultimate down. That's a huge win. Fantastic. Now we can go ahead and shove up left and mid, utilizing my stealth once again to get close to a target so he didn't know I was there. Throw down the ulti immediately. Bada bing, bada boom. That's a beads. That's an ulti. Let's go shove that mid lane. Who? Ye, no beads or ult. Communicate with my team. What's up? Get us out a nice little sentry so we can go back and forth between the left lane and the mid lane. Not gonna kill those back harpies. I want to keep those back harpies up for myself in case I need to heal. Ooh, Ares. Blink ult. I don't know who's getting pulled right here, but I want to be ready for it. I gotta Aegis myself in the back line before my one comes up. Oh, I gotta dash away from that Thoth ulti coming over for your boy. I'm gonna run back down to these creeps. Holding. I'm waiting. I will be coming back. Pop my one. Aussie proc comes up. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite at the HP for it to matter. But I can come back into this fight. I'm going to dash into the fight so they don't know that I'm here. Got that stealth going up. Throw down the ulti right there onto both of them. Hit the slow onto both of them. Let's try to take out this Ares. Then we take out the hurt. And we should be able to put this one away. So on Izanami, much like any character where you can basically full heal on a couple of autos, try to keep those jungle camps alive in the team fights. Try not to be in the habit of clearing them, just in case you need to walk back and heal off of those camps. That goes for anybody, not just Izanami. Are you a Freya, an Oleron, a Soul, those gods that like to build all lifesteal items? Make sure you keep those camps up so you can always reset if you get down to like, 20% HP, hit it a couple of times, be at full HP, and then you're right back into the fight instead of having to back out and completely reset. That's one of the biggest notes there in those late game team fights when you have the ability to do something. All you need is one Aussie in order to get that effect going, or the Typhon's Fang combos on the more magical ADCs, guys. And that is our Izanami guide. 34k player damage, but note, 13,000 structure damage. You should have very oftentimes 7, 8, 9, 10k plus damage on Izanami. On the structure damage. It is extremely easy to get structure damage on Izanami, guys. And that is your Izzy guide.